All right, let's just jump right in. When I say the word soil, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Yeah, I'm guessing for most of us, it's just, dirt. The stuff you tell the kids not to track inside. It's brown, it's messy, and that's about it, right?
But what if that humble dirt is actually one of the most complicated, most alive, and frankly, most important systems on our entire planet?
Well, that's exactly what it is. The United Nations doesn't call it dirt. They call it a dynamic ecosystem. And that one little shift in wording, it changes everything. So if we really want to understand our world, we've got to start by understanding the secret life of soil.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the role we all kind of know, soil, as the great life giver. It's the engine, really, the thing that creates and sustains so much of what we see around us.
I mean, this is the stuff we see every day, right? The food on our plates, it comes from crops grown in soil. The pastures that feed the animals we rely on. Even the clothes on our back, like cotton, or the fuel for bioenergy. It all starts here. These are the obvious gifts, the ones right on the surface.
But how? I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about how soil actually does all this? How does this layer of dirt pull off this incredible magic trick, turning what's dead back into something living, year after year?
The secret sauce is something called the nutrient cycle. And honestly, it's like nature's ultimate recycling program. So picture this, a leaf falls or a plant dies. That organic matter becomes part of the soil. And then, this incredible, microscopic army of organisms just gets to work, breaking it all down. As they do, they release essential nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus. And voila, those nutrients are now the perfect food for new plants to grow. It's a perfect loop.
And that right there brings us to a core idea, a fundamental truth, really. Soil is alive. It's not just dirt. It's a buzzing, vibrant habitat. Think of it like a massive underground city, absolutely teeming with billions upon billions of bacteria, fungi, and worms. They're the invisible workforce, the engineers making this whole system tick.
So, okay, that's how soil acts as a life giver on a local level. But its job is way bigger than that. It scales up, big time. When we zoom out from the farm, we see that soil is one of the entire planet's guardians. And the craziest part? Its most important jobs are the ones we can't even see.
And get ready for this, because this fact is a mind-bender. The world's soils, they're a massive storage tank for carbon. In fact, they store more carbon than the entire atmosphere and all of the planet's vegetation. So every single tree, every bush, every blade of grass put together. Let that sink in.
And look at this chart. It just lays it all out, doesn't it? That bar for soil just dwarfs the others. You can see right here how much is locked away in the ground compared to the air, or even all the plants. This isn't just a fun fact. It means that healthy soil is an absolutely critical piece of the puzzle for regulating our planet's climate. And the guardian duties don't stop with carbon. Soil is also Earth's giant natural water filter. As rain seeps down through the layers, the soil traps all sorts of gunk and neutralizes contaminants. It's literally cleaning the water that ends up in our rivers and our drinking wells.
This whole relationship with water is also a game changer for floods and droughts. See, healthy soil is like a giant sponge. It soaks up incredible amounts of rain and then releases it slowly, which is great for preventing flash floods. Plus, it holds onto that water, creating a reservoir for dry times. But when soil gets degraded, it's like that sponge becomes hard and crusty. It can't absorb water anymore. So the water just runs right off the top, making floods worse and leaving us high and dry during a drought.
All right, so soil is a life giver and a guardian. Pretty impressive resume so far, but there's more. It's also like a hidden treasure chest filled with surprising gifts you would never guess come from the ground. Just think about this for a second. What if the cure for the next big disease, maybe even the next pandemic, isn't going to be found in a billion-dollar lab, but is already waiting for us, right under our feet? I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a historical fact. So many of our most important life-saving antibiotics, we're talking game changers like streptomycin, were first discovered in tiny organisms living in the soil. That bustling underground city we talked about, it's not just an ecosystem, it's a hidden pharmacy. A massive, barely explored library of potential cures. And then there's the really practical stuff. The soil is literally where we get the building blocks of our world.
the clay for bricks, the sand and gravel for concrete. It's the actual, physical foundation holding up our houses, our roads, our entire cities.
Okay, let's pull all of this together now. When you step back and look at the whole picture, the food, the climate, the medicine, the infrastructure, it becomes so clear. Soil isn't just some part of our world. It is the foundation of our world, and it's shaping our future every single day.
It's the physical bedrock of everything we build, our entire civilization. But it's also a silent guardian of our past. It's what preserves ancient ruins and artifacts, literally holding our history, our cultural heritage in its embrace.
So you see, this is about so much more than just farming or building. From our food, to our climate, to our health, it all comes back to this one thing. Absolutely everything is connected to the living, breathing ground right beneath our feet. So, soil. It's the silent, unthanked foundation of our past, our present, and our future. Which really just leaves one last, very important question for all of us to think about. Are we actually treating it that way?